So welcome back to On the Couch with Tony and Nikki, where this week it's for men, of course, and women, but for men specifically, it's a subject that's very dear to all women's heart, which is the subject of romance. And I'm sure you'd agree, Nikki, that women will say,
we will do anything to have romance in our relationships, and that's the same if you're going on your first date with somebody or whether you've been married 35 years. Basically, we don't just want an okay relationship, do we? We don't want just to be talking about the bloody mortgage and the kids and the business all the time. We want to have romance in our lives, and so today we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, and they don't just want romance, guys. On February the 14th, odd bunch of roses here and there, or their birthday or the anniversary, they don't want that at all. They want it all the time. They want romance every minute of every day. Remember, that relationship is at the top of the things that are most important for a woman. And many women, of course, I remember, bless her, my mum sometimes, giving up on my dad going, he's just not romantic,
Oh, bless him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And yes, obviously, hello mum, hello dad. So dad, you better get a bit more romantic. Yeah.
But actually, women have a part to play in this as well. So if you're a woman watching this, don't go, oh, well, this is all for the men, and I just need to receive it. This is like we play a part, because actually, when do you think a man is more likely to do something special to really create a romantic time? Is when we're in a good place. And we've talked about this loads and loads of times, haven't we? But see, if we're happy, he goes, how can I make this woman even more happy? Right?
Indeed.
But if we're unhappy, he goes, oh, too much like hard work. So something to think about, girls.
Yeah, remember, if you tell him what to do, he will want to do the opposite.
Yeah.
That's something that's like
no taking notes, girls, and then telling your man, here's what you're supposed to do to romance me. Yes. That is never going to work.
And you never do it. That's like going to have him running down the pub very fast or retreating somewhere far as away as he can get whilst within the house.
But what you can do, girls, just before we get to what the men need to do, is you can tell him what you love. And that's really great. In a great way, you go, I'd love it if we could do that. I'd love to go there, or I'd love to do this. Or I'd love to have that. So that's
and if the word love is too much for you, go for the word like.
Yeah,
it's a good swap. The two L's, love and like. There you go. If you tell that to a man, he'll store that secretly. Believe it or not, he will pop up with it in the future.
And no reminding.
Yes.
Remember I like that? No, that's a big no-no.
Yeah,
so, men.
So, men, what is it that really needs to happen for you to romance your woman? Well, actually, I think it breaks into two very simple things. There are two needs of a woman. They're very, very simple. One is the core needs of this beautiful soul's femininity, and that actually falls into sort of things like being certain about yourself.
Yes.
See, if you're certain in you and you take control of this relationship, which so many men miserably fail at, if you do that, that is like a romance to a woman, and they love it. Even if they say they don't, they do really, and they can say it all they like. And I always say women are testing men all the time, so they will say they don't even when they do. So that's very fascinating.
Yeah, I think a good example of that is guys will say, even if they're doing pretty well and they're going, we're going there, and a woman goes, oh, well, I'm not sure. You see, that's a test, isn't
That's
it?
definitely
So what Tony's so great at this, because he kind of goes, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to love it. And then, of course, you always make sure, because the second thing that really men do is they need to have a woman feel safe that they're going to look after them. So it's like a cherishing, like a great feeling that, he's so great at this. He's kind of like thinking about my needs, thinking about what I would like and where, how I would like something as silly as like, if we're walking around in central London, he's keeping me close to him so I feel really safe. I mean, that's
absolutely. These are needs of the feminine woman. Chivalry from the past was, no coincidence. Men used to lay their cloak on the floor as the woman got out of the carriage, and they'd step over it instead of stepping in the puddle. And today, even now, I've learned that this trick really works. If you're walking down the street with a woman, walk on the side of the pavement. pavement, so she's, you've got the road and she's got the inner pavement.
And how many couples do we see where this isn't happening? She's wandering about, or she's in the lead, and he's kind of wandering about. He's not taking care of her in any way, shape or form, or she's leading into the restaurant, deciding which table to be at.
It is the subtleties of taking care of your woman, meeting, that's what we call feminine needs. And if you don't do this, guys, what happens is she ends up in charge. Now, put up your hands, men, all those of you out there, honestly, that have been in a relationship where you thought, who's in charge here, her or me? And then, of course, men don't like that, They move away from the woman when what they really want is great connection with the woman. But I'll tell you, 9 times out of 10, it's because you're not taking charge of the whole situation of meeting her feminine needs. Now, the second part to this is your own beautiful woman's personal, individual needs. What is she like? What's her favourite colour? What's her favourite music? What's her favourite flowers? All of those things, you need to be like Sherlock Holmes and find out and have them stored in your mind forever. Because, why would you buy your woman a bunch of roses when she hates roses and likes lilies? I mean, you're not exactly going to score 10 out of 10 for that, are you? So I always say, get to be a private detective, know her individual needs, and you are assured of meeting her romance needs in this great way.
Absolutely. And I get the guys are thinking, they always say this, don't they, if they're honest, they go, well, it sounds like a lot of hard work, what's the benefit for me? Well, I can tell you that, for example, Tony knows that I love to be cozy in our lounge, watching a lovely video with my blankets and a nice drink, actually, and he'll do all that really and meet my needs at a high level. So guess what happens is then when he wants to watch The Matrix or Top Gun or something, I know exactly what he loves. So I'm going, you know what? I just want to meet his needs then. And we'll talk about that next time.
So next week we're going to be talking about women. How could you meet your man's needs? So he moves more towards you. So remember, this is all about how can you have a phenomenal relationship? How are you going to move close to each other so you get everything you've ever wanted in the bedroom and outside the bedroom, so there's massive connection with you 24/7. So if you'd like to learn more with us, because that's just a 5-minute taster as always, get on our home study course page. It's getting better and better by the day. Our designers have been working flat out on it, making it look fabulous. But the trick is that you get on that and you will learn all these intricacies for the rest of your life, because once you know it, we always have this saying, once you know it, you can't unknow it. And it's a brilliant thing to say, because most people are walking around completely uneducated. So no matter where you live in the world, no matter how little money you've got, you can afford to learn this now, because we have created on Intimate Relationships TV the package that enables you to learn this over the next 12 months, so that in a year's time you'll look back not to see what disasters you've had in your relationship, but you'll be able to look back and, as I always say, to see how far you've come, how amazing is your life today compared to what it used to be when you didn't know any of this stuff.
That's right. And this month, if you join this month, it's all about romancing. It's absolutely fantastic. So it doesn't matter whether you're single and you're going on your first date or whether you've been married 35 years. This is how to really romance a woman or a man, and we were talking about that the whole month.
Yeah, so get on down to Intimate Relationships TV or wherever you need to go on our standard website, chat to us, ask us for help, whatever it is, because that's our job, that's what we're here to help you with. So until next week, where we're going to be talking about women, how you can experience more romance in your life while meeting your man's needs.
Yes.
And we'll be back with you then. So until next week,
bye.
Bye.